Hey everybody, I've got Dirk Stone with At Home Realty with me today, and we're going to talk about how Dirk advises sellers when they're talking about listing their property. So, Dirk, welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. So, talk to me a little bit. Let's just assume for a second I'm a seller. I come to you and I tell you I want to sell my property. I want to probably wait till the spring so that everything looks better and the flowers are out and I don't have to deal with the winter and things like that. What are some of the things that you're going to advise me on?
Sure. It's a great question, and curb appeal is important to the process, but when you list your home is also important. And over the last 7 years, the one thing that I've learned is that homes that are listed earliest in the year sell in the shortest amount of time and for the most amount of money, period.
Okay, so we should say that one more time.
Okay.
Slower so that people know.
Okay, it's kind of like the early bird gets the worm.
Yeah.
So homes that are listed earliest in the year have sold in the shortest amount of time and for the most amount of money, period.
And why do you think that is?
Well, you're competing with less inventory.
Less competition.
Yeah, you're coming out of the holidays. I mean, I always say the spring market starts by the third week in January.
Yeah.
Okay? It doesn't start when the grass starts to turn green or flowers start to come out. That's just not the case.
And there's some pent up demand, don't you think? Like
Oh,
it seems
absolutely.
like things really slow down when school starts, and then there's like a little bit of a thing, and then as soon as the holidays start, everything really shuts down. At least around here.
It did this past year, and to end 2022 in such an unusual year as it was. Then we got hit with the large snowstorm, and that really kind of put traffic to a standstill as far as showings were concerned. However, we came out of that, and on January 2nd, this is always an interesting thing, Zillow's largest single day of traffic on their site is January 2nd, every year.
Yeah.
And the reason being is because people have their New Year's resolutions, they're kind of hungover from the celebrations, they're watching the bowl games on TV, they're on their new devices they got for Christmas. And what do they want? They want a new home. Maybe they want a different home. The one they had wasn't large enough for their family gathering.
Yeah.
Maybe it was too big. Nobody showed up. Maybe there's a divorce coming into play. There's a lot of variables out there. But I will say, it's so important to not wait. If you're thinking about selling your home in 2023, the time to start planning is now. Even if it's not the time you want to move, start the process of at least talking about it. Like, what's happening in the market? What's going on around my house? What sales have occurred?
Be educated, be informed. What about if you're a buyer? Should they get started right away too?
I think so, because I think the same thing. You're competing with less buyers, particularly out of area buyers that may only want to travel to the lakeshore during better weather conditions, or when they can do other things like recreate, things like that in this area. So I think right now it's a great time to be a buyer in the market because you're competing with less people. Home prices have stabilized, if not actually gone down a little bit. So while you may actually be paying a little bit more in a rate, you're going to make it up on the purchase of the home. And there's other things that you can actually bring into an offer now that we hadn't been able to do, and that's the concessions. Maybe asking for the sellers to contribute towards.
There's a lot of creative ways to take advantage of maybe an interest rate environment that's a little bit higher. But yeah, for sure. I think. Well, you tell me. What do you think this market in particular, as opposed to the rest of the country? What are we seeing here?
I think what we're going to see here is that we are in a resilient marketplace where people love to live here because of the natural resources that we're blessed to have here, with the good quality jobs that are in this area. We have outstanding health care, recreation opportunities that are plentiful. So there's so much to do. The schools are outstanding, and that makes living here along the lakeshore such a quality place to be. And with more workers now being remote and able to work wherever they want to live, it brings people here from all over the country. And I love meeting people from just all these different parts of the country that come in here from California, and you just wonder how they came to find this area.
We're lucky to live here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have people sometimes will say, I can't believe you actually live there. I've been coming to vacation there forever. It's like you live on a vacation.
Yeah.
So So Dirk Stone, At Home Realty, has been in the business how long?
11 years.
11 years. He is like my go-to for information about the lakeshore. Give him a call. Thanks for being here.